Guys, welcome back to the More Sport Videos YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing part 3 of F1 22 My Team Career Mode. If you missed the last episode, make sure to go check that out. In Australia, where Charles Leclerc got his first win of the season and Ferrari are now dominating the Constructors' Championship. Anyway, let's get into the video. Hope you enjoy. Bye. Advancing to qualifying, and this is the first weekend of many that holds a sprint race on Saturday. So, how does a sprint weekend work, you ask? So, practice 1 and qualifying for the sprint race are held on Friday, when the sprint race and practice 2 are held on Saturday, and the sprint race sets the grid for Sunday's main event. So, going down to turn 2, we use 4th gear, and coming out we go up the gears into 5th, not lifting for turn 4. Going down to turn 5, we drop to 4th gear, and carrying all the way through and going up the gears at exit. Turn 7, a difficult corner to get right, but we use 3rd gear, and on exit we use 4th and applied throttle. Going up the hill into turn 9, use 5th gear on exit, and going down the hill into the tricky braking zone of turn 10 and 11, using 4th gear on the way and going back up the gears as we apply throttle up the hill. Going up to the chicane, we're using 3rd gear on entry and then applying throttle once we reach 4th gear. Going down the hill, a long run down into turn 17 and 18. On entry, we use 3rd gear and then going up the gears to 4th, lifting and then applying the throttle again as we do the small kink of turn 19, and that's your lap.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Mick Schumacher and Magnussen, Ocon, Bottas, Russell and Guan Yu Zhou, Norris, Perez, Daniel Ricciardo and Fernando Alonso, the owner-driver, Tsunoda, Sebastian Vettel and Pierre Gasly, Albon, Latifi, Stroll and Liam Lawson. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
So for the Emilia Romagna sprint, it's 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. Charles Leclerc gets a good start from Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen challenging Lewis Hamilton as we go down to turn 1. Carlos Sainz is under pressure from Kevin Magnussen, who is also looking to get past him to go into P4, and he does so. Rebecca Griffin's gained 2 places off at the start, and he's challenging Daniel Ricciardo. So Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen going side by side, going down to turn 7. Max Verstappen going all the way around the outside and closing the door now on Lewis Hamilton as we go up the hill, and he says goodbye. Two Haas cars very highly placed in the points. Kevin Magnussen in P4 and Mick Schumacher, his teammate, in P6. Schumacher looking like he's going to go for a move on Carlos Sainz, and he is. He's going to try and go around the outside. Will he make it stick? It's 3 wide going down to turn 2, and Mick Schumacher has got the position on Carlos Sainz. He's falling back now, Carlos Sainz is. And look, that's also the 2 McLarens going side by side, going down to turn 6 and 7. That battle has also allowed Griffin now to get into the mix as we head down to turn 8. Griffin's going to go for a move, and he gets the move done on Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo isn't going to give up without a fight, going around the outside. He's going to go up the hill now, side by side with Griffin, and he'll get the move done. Griffin has the inside line and keeps the position. Great move by Tony Griffin to get himself up into P12 from P15. Charles Leclerc out in front from Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Kevin Magnussen in P4, and P5 goes to Mick Schumacher. Both Hasses really high up in the standings. And let's go on board now with Lando Norris. On board with Zhou Guanyu, we can see Esteban Ocon going for a move around the outside of Carlos Sainz. He won't like that one. And George Russell also trying to go around the outside of turn 4. He gets the move done. That's invited Zhou Guanyu into the mix as well. He's going down to turn 5-6. He's getting the move done also on Carlos Sainz. Lando Norris is looking at it as well. But Tony Griffin trying to go up the inside of Lando Norris, but not making it stick as they go up the hill now. Carlos Sainz bleeding positions on lap 3. Now we come round the final corner. Charles Leclerc, he'll be in the driving seat now tomorrow for the Grand Prix. He wins the sprint by some margin from Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Kevin Magnussen and Mick Schumacher, both pushing their Hasses really high up in the standings. So a great drive from them. Now Daniel Ricciardo trying to go for a move on Tony Griffin at the last second, but he can't get it done on the line. He was 2 tenths back. The one we've been looking forward to, Charles Leclerc on pole position for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. It's 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. Charles Leclerc gets a good start again for the second time this weekend, although Max Verstappen is also challenging going down to turn 1, the wet conditions. Max Verstappen's taking the lead of the race as we head down to turn 2, but not for long as Charles Leclerc closes the door on it. Fast cars also going side by side through turn 2, 3 and 4 as we head down to turn 5 and 6. Charles Leclerc leads the way for Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Mick Schumacher and Kevin Magnussen, as further back Tony Griffin is in P11, but now he's going up the inside of Esteban Ocon, Zhou Guanyu and Carlos Sainz, 3 in one corner, as Carlos Sainz struggling in Ferrari's home race, but still chasing after Charles Leclerc, 8 tenths back now. Max Verstappen, Kevin Magnussen and Mick Schumacher holding P4 and 5. Charles Leclerc out in front by 1.1 seconds. It will be a great result for Tifosi at their home crowd if they can keep this together. Tony Griffin as well, he's defending from Zhou Guanyu on the straight, but Zhou Guanyu gets past. Esteban Ocon also trying to go for a move on Tony Griffin. It's going to be 3 wide going down to turn 2, and who'll come out to, oh, it's contact as well as Zhou Guanyu goes over. Griffin gets back his position on Zhou Guanyu. Esteban Ocon also going past the Chinese driver, but they're side by side going down to turn 5 and 6. Who will come out on top? Zhou gets the position back. Alpine and Alfa Romeo are still side by side battling going up the hill, but I think Zhou will get the position. Carlos Sainz hungry for more positions behind them. Zhou Guanyu is going to be on the outside line, but Esteban Ocon goes up the inside of Zhou Guanyu to get P9 and 10. Charles Leclerc has really put his foot down with no care in the world, and back in P8 is Griffin with clear track in front of him, but Esteban Ocon is still chasing him down after getting past Zhou Guanyu, the Chinese driver. Head onto the main straight to start lap 3, and Esteban Ocon's in for a front wing change, I'd imagine. Wouldn't be any tyres because it's only a 5-lap race, and Esteban Ocon, that's very disappointing. After getting past Zhou Guanyu in an epic battle, he picks up damage from it. Oh, that's really disappointing for the French driver. He would have been on for a good finish for the Alpine team. That's very disappointing. But look here, Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo going side by side through turn 5 and 6. Daniel Ricciardo isn't giving up and he's going up the inside at turn 7. They're going to be side by side going up the hill again. Now Daniel Ricciardo can put the power down, so can Sergio Perez. It's the Red Bull versus the Mercedes powertrains, and I think Daniel Ricciardo will get it, but no, Sergio Perez round the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. Great move by the Mexican driver. So it's been an afternoon Sunday drive for Charles Leclerc. 1.8 seconds now the gap to Max Verstappen. Mick Schumacher up into P4. A great result for both Haas if they can keep them together. Now Griffin in P8 is being chased down by Carlos Sainz. Struggling Carlos Sainz, who gets past Griffin now, going down to turn 2. But look, it's also now Zhou Guanyu got past Tony Griffin, but Griffin isn't giving up with R5 and gets that position back. Into P9 is Griffin now. Perez now battling with Lando Norris. He's been battling with the Papaya McLarens all race, and he's looking to go up the inside, and he does so. Great move from the Mexican driver. He's in P11, close to points now. Lewis Hamilton having a quiet race today as well. So is Max Verstappen. He can't find any pace to catch up to this man, Charles Leclerc. Let's go on board with him. Oh, look at this now. Carlos Sainz is in for a front wing change on the last lap of the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. I thought he couldn't find any pace. This must have been why. Oh, it's very sad to see this now at Ferrari's home race. Carlos Sainz, who was in the battle with his Ferrari teammate for the championship so far, is falling way down the order now. That's very disappointing, but Sergio Perez is up into P10 after a difficult weekend for him. I'm not quite sure why he couldn't find the pace in that Red Bull, but Charles Leclerc won the sprint. It's been a dominant performance in the main race as well, and he's surely going to take the win now. Around the final corner to win the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. It's a dominant performance, nearly 3 seconds the gap to Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton P3, and 2 of the Haas cars P4 and P5. A great race for them as well. Motorsport Videos team also picking up some good points with Griffin in P8. That's a great drive from him, and they were struggling last time out.